The Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being this episode of PPR. Guess what? The Pels. Keep it going, man. How about that? A good effort. Hardy effort by the Pelicans, man. Hardy effort. Guts. A team showing guts. They're making some mistakes, but they're showing that they want to win the games. Did the Pelicans turn a corner here? This is what we'll talk about today on tonight on PPR. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. PPR in the building. Pelicans get the dub. DC's in the building. He only appears when the Pelicans win, but that is also a positive. So we're in this thing.
It's not true.
All right.
All of the first three losses.
All right, DC, hold on. Before you get going, Willie amazingly is on the podium very quickly. Let's hear what he has to say about the Pels win tonight. Here we go. Okay, the Pelicans got to turn the sound on.
That's great. This is perfect.
Come on, Pels. Pels, turn the tech team at the Pelicans. Turn the damn sound up, sir. Louder. Louder. We need you to go louder with it. This is a multi-million-dollar operation the Pelicans are running.
As soon as he loses 2 more times, we firing his ass. You don't need to hear nothing.
I don't think so. But I'm sorry, fam. This is not us. This is the Pelicans tech team. The sound is really low. Turn it up.
All those guys have the culture that they're building together, the resiliency.
Y'all can hear. Put one in the chat. Hopefully they'll turn it louder.
The culture they're building together. You the coach.
The ability to just stay focused on the task at hand. And again, 2 wins in a row. I'm really happy for our group. He was our anchor. Whenever we needed a bucket, he settled us down. If we needed a stop, a rebound, he was there. And he's been steady like that
Derik Queen
all year for us. So it's good to get him on the floor.
I know, fam. The sound this is from the Pelicans. The tech team have the sound really low. So I'm going to try to be quiet for y'all here.
Trey was fantastic. I got on him earlier about just keep the ball moving. They can't guard you when you're playing fast, when you're slipping out of screens and you're driving.
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform we tried in the past.
And again, just huge effort, huge win for our group.
And then bench again, huge Jose.
Yeah.
Hawkins in there getting some key buckets in there. What did you think of that group?
again, it's the preparation meets opportunity moments for our guys. DQ, Hawk, Michael Peavy stepped in, Carlo. It was a collective effort. The starters and the guys coming in the second unit, and that's what it's going to take for us. Continue to fight, continue to stay together, and we'll take this one. We're going to enjoy this one. We'll get a day off, and we'll get back to it.
There was the point toward the bench. I think he cracks up the whole bench. I think you cracked up at one point. What kind of a kid is he?
That's his personality. He didn't take anything too serious. He brings a lot of life to our group. Always laughing, always smiling. But he's a competitor, and so don't take that smile and that laugh for granted. He is a competitor. When he steps on the floor, he's out there to get things done, and we saw that tonight.
Just elaborate on DQ and just the things that he brings to like these more things of the court.
He's smart. I think that's the biggest thing when I watch him is that he's so intelligent. You guys aren't privy to the questions that he asks us, but he's asking questions every film session, and he makes you think. He makes you go back to the drawing board and make sure you have good answers for him. But he's extremely talented. He's a great teammate. All his teammates love him, and he's a hard worker. So there's no hesitation to put him on the floor. It was just a matter of how can we get him minutes, and now he's taking advantage of his time. All right, thanks.
All right, that's Willie Green, man, breaking the press conference down, talking about Queen. Sorry about the sound being low, family. That was their sound issues. They obviously not monitoring the screen to make sure we can hear them properly. But in this one, fam, the Pelicans continue to get wins. They add that one. That's now 2 in a row for the Pelicans coming into this game.
Bro.
Well, I mean, I'm reserving my joy, man. I am happy for a win. I am a person that believes and loves winning and success.
Togetherness.
No, we ain't talking no togetherness. We're not doing any of that. All I'm saying is that it's a great accomplishment for this team because they've won 2 in a row, and the gritty nature of how they won this game, the last 2 games, is reigning true. So through all of the losses, in these sort of things, it appears, man, that the Pelicans are adopting that philosophy, family. The one that Joe Dumars talked about, them are playing tough in that gritty nature. They were without Zion Williamson, Jordan Poole, 2 really expensive players. They were without Eves, and they still was able to get the victory tonight against the Dallas team, who was also shorthanded. So we had a couple of games against shorthanded teams, but you have to be who in front of you. Sadiq Bey led the effort today, and we'll get some stat talking momentarily. But DC, you wasn't on the previous broadcast. You were somewhere else. But now that you're here, let's hear from you and your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Well, you want my thoughts overall or my thoughts tonight?
Could you expediently give me your thoughts on what you heard from the Pelicans? And please don't make a phone book. Thank you.
Oh, wow. But basically, my thoughts on the Pelicans is Derik Queen. Because that's what I saw these last 2 wins. Prior to that, it looked like everybody is just, and they still kind of are, just out on Willie Green, man. Like, they don't want to play for him. But you got some of these young guys he's actually turned into, which I say is probably his last option, right? And rookies can't afford to get caught up in all of the politics and minutia of that. Guys want the coach out of here. He's obviously burnt all his bridges with Jordan Poole. He just looked like he can't stand him. Zion, is his hamstring like really hurting for real, or he just don't want to play because Willie Green the coach? I don't know, man. But that's how I felt prior to these last 2 wins. Looking at this and what I saw tonight, Q, you remember I got up here and said that we drafted somebody who I wanted, bro.
Cam Reddish?
Nah, Cam Reddish ain't in the draft. You just been.
Oh, my bad.
But
I'm sorry.
anyway,
Who did you want?
Derik Queen.
Oh,
I said
what?
I like Jeremiah Fears. I said Derik Queen. If we go back and look at the draft shows,
I don't remember you saying
they're
Derik
gonna
Queen. I
draft
remember you saying somebody
Malawak, but
else.
I want Derik Queen.
That's who you wanted. That's who you were saying that you want.
No, fool. I said I think they're gonna draft Malawak, but I would draft Derik Queen.
You always say this, but you never present your evidence, your receipts, DC. You always say this stuff.
It's on tape, bro.
You know, people can go back and listen, bro. It's all this is recorded.
They can't.
I think you're counting on people not to go back and research you. That's what I think.
I think you don't want to hear my take.
No, go ahead. You got it. It's your. You got the floor, bro.
We'll be quiet for a second.
Okay, you got it, brother.
He came out here, man. This dude has done awesome for a rookie. Either of these games, we would not have been able to win without Derik Queen.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. What that is? Daniel Blunt, 42-64. I saw that when he put dude in that little spin cycle and dunked and pointed over at the sideline. Yeah, Willie laughing, man. That was pretty funny. But he's playing with the poise of a veteran, man. Just how he's taking command of the offense, man, being a good connecting piece, attacking, drawing fouls, a bunch of tip outs. I don't know how many rebounds he had, but man, that dude batted the ball out a bunch of times for guys to get rebounds.
The tip outs,
just making it harder for the defense to get the rebound. So just so many little things, man. The dude could ball, man. He could ball.
Yes.
Defensively, he is nowhere near as bad as they were saying, because when I'm reading the scouting reports, that's all I keep hearing is, how bad he is defensively. But when I'm watching him, I'm like, shit, he don't look that bad to me. He's pretty light on his feet. You need to get stronger. But just awesome overall performance with him to be able to kind of control things, man. And just, I don't know, something about him being out there. It seems like it gets the ball moving. Jose has also been bringing awesome energy, and Sadiq Bey just was the closer, man. That took him home tonight, man. But this is what I call winning on talent, Q. It looks different. Some of the sets that they were running, obviously with Queen, you didn't see that a lot. You got a lot of working out of the high post and stuff, but I'm intrigued by the team. Still disappointed that Willie Green is the coach, but shit, if they're gonna win, they're gonna win, man. I don't want to get up here and be rooting for them to lose just because you want Willie Green out here. I mean, I think things will eventually take care of themselves, and he looks like he done brought himself another maybe 4 or 5 games, man.
Well, yes, we did the preview earlier today. I showed the footage of Gail Benson in support of Willie Green and, getting W. So we'll probably get another video with him in the locker room celebrating, giving Queen a belt like we did again, with Gail in there and all that kind of stuff. So the whole issue now, man, with the Pelicans is they get a break and, get ready to see San Antonio for the second time. It's just really positive, man. What I like about the 2 games is the fact that the Pelicans are, they're winning with they're just winning with that force and that tough ball, man, that blue collar ball. They're fighting every step of the way. And Queen's game, bro, super confident offensively. I mean, his game is super confident offensively. He's really relaxed and behind that offensive game. Of course, he'll have to work on your defensive stuff. Real smart player when he's out there. And that just shows you that, Derik Queen and Jeremiah Fears, man, they're winning DC with these 2 young players. They're giving them solid production that is helping them win these games. So even when you see some of our big guns struggling like they did today, with ultimately Trey kind of worked his way in there. We see some other stuff, but Sadiq Bey,
rough outing for Trey, man. But he definitely was hustling, doing everything else he could, man.
But DC can never be it can't be understated that the Pelicans were missing 2 of their big scorers. and Trey kind of struggled, and they still were able to keep the Mavericks, who I think they were averaging like 109 points a game or something like that, kept them under 100 points, and were able to keep control and possession of the game. Later on, they won the. They didn't, they win the third, but they were able to still keep pace and keep things there, just close enough for them to kind of capitalize on the last few. Because I know people out there are kind of waiting for the ball down, breakdown, for them to do something stupid to cost them the game, but it never happened. The Pelicans stayed confident, they stayed high energy, and they were able to win the contest. So let's hit these team stats, DC, and we're going to roll it and get more insight on it. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, man, as we up in this thing, man. So let's get into it, man. The Pelicans 39-91 for 43% tonight, shooting. The Mavs 37 of 89 for almost 42%. The Pelicans shot 10 of 31 from downtown for 32%. The Mavs 10 of 32 for 31.3%. Pelicans went to the foul line and hit 13 of 16 for 81%. That's very positive. That's why I would really like the Pelicans to be right around that 80, that low 80 mark, somewhere in there. We can do that, man. We're going to win a lot of games close, especially the ones close. 15 of 20 for the Mavs for 75%. The Pelicans had 56 rebounds tonight, family, versus the Mavs 44. Almost a 60 rebound effort by the Pelicans. Now, they didn't circulate the ball as well with 18, but neither one of these teams did. 18 assists apiece. The steal game, 11 to 10 for the Mavs, and also block 7 to 3. The Pelicans had 16 turnovers, but gave up only 7 points off those versus 15 by the Mavs. They gave up 18 points off the turnovers. So you have 16 turnovers and succeed 7 points off of which. The fast break game, Mavericks just barely won that one, 18 to 16. The Pelicans by 2 in the points in the paint, 50 to 20 in a close matchup there. At one point, the Pelicans was up by as much as 13 points in the game. Individually speaking, how the Pelicans played in this matchup were actually pretty good here in terms of overall team ball. Like I said, some of the top guys, like when you're missing Zion, you're missing Poole. Trey Murphy played 38 minutes, but only gave you 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals, and he shot 17% from downtown. If somebody was to tell you that prior to this game, you would most certainly say Pelicans are going to lose. No Zion production, no Jordan, no Trey Murphy, just throwing in 11 points. Pelicans going to lose. No, sir. Saddiq Bey started. He had 22 points in 30 minutes. He almost had a double-double. He had 9 rebounds to go along with that. He was 4 of 6 from downtown for almost 67%. The guy, he had it going on. Saddiq Bey was super solid for the Pelicans tonight. Then you look at the rest of them. Jay Fierce had 13 points in his 25 minutes with 5 boards, 3 assists for the matchup. Herb Jones had 12 in 35 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, and a block for Herb. And of course, Kayvon started for just 15 minutes, got 8 points and 6 boards with 2 assists. But the bench is where it's really been helping out. Guys off the bench, just stepping up. 13 points by Jose Alvarado in 23 minutes. He had 8 rebounds to go along with 2 assists. And he was also 3 of 5 from downtown, hitting some key threes, plus 12 on the plus minus as well. So you've seen Derik Queen, who was large in this game, large and in charge. 26 minutes, 11 points. He had 7 boards, 3 steals, 2 assists, and he did some very positive things when he needed to do. That stuff that don't show up on the stat sheet. Mm-hmm. He was doing handling his business. And Jordan Hawkins. How about Jordan Hawkins, man? 20 minutes. He had 9 points in a game. He was 1 of 4 from 3, but Jordan had a pretty decent game. You know what I'm saying? He kind of working his way back into some stuff. He had big minutes, 20 points off the bench. Carlo with 10 had 2 points, 2 rebounds. Mr. Peavy had a Peavy side and he played 18 minutes. No points from him, but he did throw in 3 rebounds to go along with it. So Pelicans 101-99. They improved to 2-6. And guess what, family? The Pelicans are no longer in the cellar of the Southwest. They are just they're tied with Dallas now, and now Dallas is in the cellar. So the Pelicans, with a 2-game winning streak, are climbing. So after losing us, how many it is dating back to last year and this year, 6 games, getting 2 straight against Charlotte and Dallas, it's a weight off just the Pelican faithful, man. Regardless if you like Willie Green or not, it is a weight off your shoulder to get victories and get a 2-game winning streak. So it's just a positive. Go ahead, DC.
Yeah, man, definitely. Just the energy of the team tonight and the night before, man, you could tell they came in with a never say die mentality, not willing to lay down. Seeing Loon out there too was good, man. I see what they mean about them goddamn screens, man. I was watching him tonight. I'm like, damn. I hope all the rest of these bigs can pick this up because when he screened, like they not getting around him, bro. He was creating all type of openness for Trey. I think Trey was probably shocked. That's why he was missing tonight, man. He ain't seen that much space in a while. My boy Sadiq Bey, he definitely capitalized tonight, and he's definitely a big story tonight, man. He came and they put him right in the starting lineup, and he did not disappoint. So to get him along with Jordan Poole, man, if he can play like this, and Poole can play at the level that we expect him to play, man, just an awesome trade all the way around the board. You see what's going on with Derik Queen, and you kind of could see some flicker of hope there with the Pels, man. Everything you expect them to be, you're starting to see some remnants of that. Guys are kind of, getting rounding their games out, playing a little better, getting a little more consistent. Like Herb was going through that slump for a while, even though he was 0-2 tonight. Before this game, I think he was like 67%. They were saying from the 3-point line over the last 3 games. And Herb went out, he gave you 12 tonight, 6 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Some rebounds, couple of assists, and he was very good defensively tonight, man. Herb looked a little more like Herb that I remember defensively. He was all over the place making plays. So it's almost like the Pels they got off to a bad start and they were rusty, even though we know the reason for the bad start. But very short-staffed team, and they go out and handle business. But you can't get too ecstatic or too high on this because Dallas, they have their fair share of problems as well. No Lively, you have no AD, you have no Kyrie Irving.
Right.
So they kind of going through something themselves, and they not quite who they are. I think a future matchup with Dallas will probably be a lot more interesting, even though this was a very good game, seeing it go down to the last seconds. But next time we match up against this team, man, this is going to be a totally different team. So I'm looking at them. They're a little wounded, and a victory is a victory, but I can't be extremely high on the Pels. They had a lot of moments where it's just, it was muck it up basketball, man. And whoever made the least amount of mistakes were going to win this game. Fortunately, that was us. But we could have very easily lost this game. It's 2 teams kind of fumbling and bumbling throughout that second half, and we were able to pull it out. But this is the second win that we have where the Pels were within 5 points, under 2 minutes.
Yep.
And they were able to pull out a win. And if you know anything about that stat family, you know that this typically
they don't do that.
Never happens.
Right. They don't do that. They turn really dumb at the end.
We know it ain't Willie Green, but watching this game and you just seeing the play of Jose Alvarado and Derik Queen, especially to close out the games, along with Sadiq Bey, that's what got you to win.
Yeah, it's the Jose's temperament. He's got these guys fired up, man. He's got them really fired up, and you've seen that the last game. Yesterday, and then you've seen it today. They're really feeding off his energy. His excited. He's got everybody excited. And then, of course, that's the pace of game and the toughness of the game fit guys like Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones, the physicality. Derik Queen was able to be physical in there against Daniel Gafford, made some plays there, here, or there. But like I said, yeah, it's the temperament of how they're playing. They're playing really a gritty style of basketball. And they wanted more. Like the last 6 games of funk and losing and the heat that the team has been receiving, that whole situation that we've seen, it just culminated into them just playing really pissed off and saying, hey, man, regardless or not, we just got to do it. And that's what you're seeing them wanting the game more than the adversary. You didn't see that before. So
What do
how
you
long
think
does it take?
changed, BQ?
I just said it. I think that they got pissed off and tired of losing.
I,
You know,
I get that.
and
So
Jose.
it's just respect, pride.
No, it's the players. Like Jose Alvarado talked about it at the end of the game on the court. And he not so much in the presser, but one of those interviews at the end of the game, and he talked about the mentality of the team and them, starting to kind of buy in, and everybody's not too much in what Willie Green is saying, but he said that they know they can play, that that they're a good team, and it's time for them to just show it. That's what we got to see from Jose. And you see that the last game, you see it this game. And like I said, they have talent. It's just the fact that people have labeled the Pelicans correctly for years of being a soft team that you push them around and they fold like a cheap tent. This time around, guys like Jose Alvarado and these other guys are now saying, man, that's no longer the standard. We tired of this. We are good. We could win. And it says a lot for them that the fact that they're doing it without the top 3 big money guys. Trey Murphy gave me 11 points and 9 rebounds, and he was shot 1 3-point. He was in there making other plays. But in terms of points, Trey's a guy that's a 20-point scorer regularly. He's struggling right now, but usually Trey Murphy III is a 20-point plus scorer. Zion is a 20-point scorer. Yeah, I get it, DC. I get it.
What?
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, their top guns, the guys that they're paying a lot of money to, are not. 2 of them are missing. One's not giving them the offensive production. But yet the Pelicans, they went 10 deep in their rotation, like the starters and 5 guys off the bench, and they were still able to grind out a win against Dallas. So I could respect the effort. That's the whole thing. I cannot respect a team that goes out and lays down and just doesn't, falls apart. I can't respect that. But I have to, being on code, I have to respect the effort that they're playing with over these last 2 games. Now, can they sustain that? That's yet to be determined. Now, is that Willie Green to you? I think you said no. That's not Willie Green. I think it's more of the team than it is Willie Green. That's what I think. He talking about preaching. Yeah, this is what we got to do, all this kind of stuff. But like I said, I think it's the team. They just pissed off, and they finding themselves as a team to want to take the game away from their adversaries. And plus, these 2 games were quite agreeable. Like you said, both of the teams we just beat were missing some of their best players. We were down ours as well, but these are the kind of wins you have to get, man, against a Charlotte and the Dallas team that's also was struggling quite a bit. Very positive wins regardless, man.
Yeah, man, but we not out of the woods, man. We got a long stretch of teams that are really good that we gonna play. And then you turn around and you're gonna play this Dallas team again, 2 weeks from now? You're gonna play them on the 21st,
I'm not looking that far down the line, DC. I got a one game by game approach.
What we got coming up, man. Well, we got the Spurs coming up.
Bro, you gotta look at the Spurs. The hell with Dallas.
That's what we got the Spurs coming up. You got Phoenix. Portland, it don't sound like much, but Portland is like 4-1 or 5-1 right now.
They're playing really well. Yeah.
You got the Lakers, you got Golden State, you got OKC, you got Denver, you got Dallas again. Until you get to Atlanta, Atlanta, they going through something right now. But you got a stretch of teams that are pretty good coming up. So this could very well within a week or so just be a footnote, or maybe we witnessed a turning point with the team, and their pride won't let them, just hang their heads because they got bad coaching. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, whether you got good coaching or not, man, players still got to go out there and execute. And
correct.
when they're not winning, it's just as much on the players as it is on the coach. Although when you don't have a good coach, man, it's like it's like 3-on-5, because you just being put in non-advantageous positions, and it's very hard to overcome against a stellar team with excellent coaching that also has equal amounts of talent. So we're gonna see if this is a turning point or if this is just a blip on the radar, man. So either way, I'm here for it. I just would like it to be exciting. As much as I want Willie Green gone, I can't stomach too many 30-point losses. I was out on vacation, family. I ain't had no reception where I was at, so a lot of times I couldn't do the shows. But
Okay. But
I,
you
I
had no
was
reception.
I was kind of glad because once I leave the spot where they got Wi-Fi, man, my phone wasn't working.
You ain't got a tower out there on the beach?
I got like a little travel pass I would have, and
You ain't got no tower on the beach right there? You know, a Wi-Fi tower close to the beach?
you only had so many gigs you could use up, bro. You gonna try to
Okay.
live stream and what I'm gonna buy 10-day passes at $10 a piece?
I
Just to get through one show.
I got you, brother.
But Tramal said I was in Haiti.
That's right.
Tramal,
a little closer.
If I was
Very
in
close.
Haiti, I probably wouldn't have made it back, bro.
Well, you had a concert?
No, barbecue them out there ain't having that. Ain't that what they're doing, man? About that
I
frying?
don't know about all that, DC. I don't know.
And I don't know nobody in their right mind to go visit Haiti right now. Shit. Gotta be out your goddamn mind trying to get out of Haiti. The people who live in Haiti trying to get out of Haiti. But nonetheless, man, back on basketball. It's just the 30-point losses, man. As much as that is a accelerator to get Willie Green out of here, it's like it just sucks all the life out of this, and you almost don't even want to watch. For the love of the rookies, I'm sure everybody turns in, and all the new players we got, you want to see what they can do.
Right.
Just watching the team go out there, as talented as this team is, and just not caring about winning is very undesirable, and it's almost a waste of time to tune into. So glad to see that they turning the page on that, man. Go out there, put their best foot forward, and whatever capabilities or non-capabilities Willie has, it'll definitely show up. And soon enough, they're gonna probably have to switch over to James Borrego. I know Joe Dumars knows that. It's just a matter of Miss Benson finally coming on board. And these 2 wins ain't help, but when you put them in perspective, I don't know how much of a longer leash it really gives them when you beat a Dallas team without AD, Kyrie, and you beat Charlotte with Melo Ball. Like
it gives them a longer leash because to a degree it validates her. Yeah, well, it validates her faith. But you're talking about somebody don't know nothing about no basketball, bro. Now them getting it, getting these 2 victories are positive because we're just trying to get the team to play with some pride, man. Play with some pride and passion and not be so melancholy and so disinterested. And I know like Jordan Poole, I've heard some of the rumors that was going on with Eves and Jordan Poole. I know Jordan Poole doesn't like Willie Green. I can see Willie Green under pressure, like, see how he behaving and all this kind of stuff. You can see all of that. But outside of that,
he looked pretty comfortable to me. Willie Green be up at the podium laughing and smiling, showing.
He was laughing and smiling over the last couple of
that's nervous,
games.
Anxious, laughing and smiling.
Dude, no, listen. He being told by people, like I showed y'all the video with the ownership working. She has his full. He is fully supported by her. He's propped up by her. So yes, this does back off the people that want to get rid of him because it shouldn't be about the dumb coach not doing what he's supposed to do, right? The team has to respond. The team is responding. They're playing very gritty basketball and playing well in certain spots they don't usually play well in. And they're doing it without their high money guys, the top scorers. So that's kind of speaking to a positive nature of Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver and some of the guys they brought in, guys like Sadiq Bey, Derik Queen, all this to do about all the Pelicans traded 2 picks to Derik Queen and all this kind of stuff. I played the piece where the guy from Yahoo said that they don't have any young people to be excited about, just idiots, man, and morons. Worrying about a draft that hadn't got here. And Queen's out there showing and performing. We knew Derik Queen was good when he was in college, that he was something special. Joe Dumars thought that he could bring him in here because he's seen this guy can help the Pelicans win now and be a future piece down the line. And Jeremiah Fierce, these are really young, talented players that's having an impact on the Pelicans winning right now, not in the future. So it's just a positive thing how they are adapting this grittiness. And Jose Alvarado is like the lightning rod for this. His mentality and his infectious nature in terms of him just getting in people's face and yelling and doing Jose type stuff, right? So they're really feeding off his energy that's really sparking this, and these guys are kind of rallying around him as a team, which is an interesting phenomenon. Like I said, without their big money guys, without Zion and Jordan Poole and all these guys, Trey's point production, they're winning the last 2 games with that. Now, can that keep going? Can they adopt that philosophy and play like that? And will that be enough to continue to win games against more talented foes? Maybe not, because at some point you're going to need these big money guys to step in and add the production points wise as well as what we're doing right now. It has to be added and factored in, because San Antonio, even though we beat them by 3 points in overtime or something like that, we beat them by 4 in OT. We'll be seeing these guys again real soon.
Q, what's wrong with you? See, you've been doing too many. I'm gonna have to take your keys, bro. You've been doing too many of them 10 keys to victory. You did not beat San Antonio, bro. You drunk?
No, I'm saying. I'm sorry, bro. I had some rum, bro. Some pineapple juice. I'm sorry,
take your goddamn keys, man. You don't need to be driving after you.
No. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me manifest my shit over here, brother. You getting in the way of me manifesting what I need to do. I just threw out in the universe that we're gonna, beat the San Antonios, bro. I know we lost to them. We overtime by 4.
Witchcraft over there. All right.
No, it's not basketball. It's called, manifesting something from the mental realm and bringing it into the physical realm, bro. Because we want to keep this trend going. Now, like I said, I love winning more than I want to fire Willie Green. I think, like you said, I agree with you that ultimately, if he's, that'll take care of itself. I just want a competitive team, man. I know our squad is good enough to compete with some of the best teams in this game. We have guys, right now, Zion's kind of dinged up. Jordan Poole's going through his thing, but I'm saying we have the talent here to play with anybody. And I just love the fact that we are starting to get that grittiness that we should have been had. The fight and scratch and claw through these games like we were supposed to do in some of these close games, like the San Antonio game where we lost in overtime. Zion hits a free throw. Trey closes out on a 3-point shooter. All that stuff doesn't work. So in the end, I just want to see them keep this going and have the big money guys, the 20-point scorers like Zion, these guys add into it. And then you could see the makings of something really special going forward. So like I said, fam, I hear a lot of the people that don't like Willie, but man, I care more about winning than anything. I'm not tanking a goddamn thing. I want to win. Bottom line. So anyway, DC, let's move into the Spurs, unless you got something to say on the back end of that. Let's talk about this Spur game that's coming up on November the 8th. Of course, it's the second game of the road series that we have here at San Antonio. Then we travel to Phoenix. They're 5-1, 3-0 at home. Pelicans on a 2-game winning streak. Can this continue against the Spurs? I know Foxy's not going to be there. You can see the injury report right here. They're saying Foxy's supposed to be out. Actually, DC, he's supposed to be back by that game. They're saying here.
He might permanently not be there, man, with the way Stephon Castle is playing and the strides that Harper has shown. I think he's
but Harper's out. Harper's out, and they're saying here that De'Aaron Fox is supposed to be back on the 7th. So if that holds true, we'll see.
They look to be doing pretty good, without him. So hopefully he can come in and, well, not hopefully. I don't want him to come in and get the chemistry going. I'm about to say hopefully he can get the chemistry. Nah,
problem,
mess that shit all up, But
right.
They had a rhythm going, so that might disrupt some of the chemistry they had going. And him coming back, man, will he be a little rusty? We might very well have all that going on to play in our favor. But the problem I'm looking at here, is how do we fare with no Zion dealing with Wemby, man? To me, Derik Queen was playing pretty good on him, but I don't think he can handle, Wemby for a whole game. And obviously it's got to be a team effort with Kevon Looney. We're going to get to see how that looked, but Zion did a pretty good job defensively on Wemby, as well as turning an offensive performance to kind of cancel out all the damage that
his
Wemby did.
contribution, right?
You look at a game tonight where, although it was a low scoring game, so that might not be indicative of how this one is going to look. But it's almost like we kind of struggled to get points at times, and so did Dallas. But looking at the last two games, it's some of our talent is gone, but maybe we're gonna be a team that plays up and down to our competition and just be competitive. So if that's the case, going into the last minutes of the game, man, I don't know how we eke out a win. If you take this Spurs team and you put them in a similar situation that we were in tonight with Dallas, I think the Spurs easily execute down the stretch and go ahead and take this victory away from us. Because we won tonight, and I'm proud about us winning, but there were a lot of mistakes there and mishaps that we had that Dallas just wasn't able to take advantage of, and they turned around and did the same thing themselves. So I don't think that's going to be the case with the Spurs. And when you look at the Charlotte game, it's kind of the same thing. You're not going to have all these second and third chances to be able to get this win. So you would have to have things a little tighter and be able to execute proficiently down the stretch, because for us to be able to win, I don't think we're going to be able to blow them out, without Zion, Yves, and Jordan Poole. Maybe one of those guys come back and, our chances look a little better then. But if we're looking at what we got tonight, this is going to be a tall order, and they would have to be very sharp, execute down the stretch, and limit mistakes. And I just don't think that's a calling card of the team we have right now. I'm sure they're going to go out there and play hard, and they look to see have found a sense of pride and be able to go out there and battle. But that ain't going to be enough to beat the Spurs.
Now you're right, bro. You're absolutely right. The Spurs are going to look a little different, bro. We know that Wemby is there, but they get they're supposed to get De'Aaron Fox back. Kelly Olynyk will be playing in this game. Sochan will also be a player. And remember, these players, we didn't see some of these guys the last time around, but we know Harper. I think he's the only one that's going to be out in the game. But they're so deep as a team that, man, we have to be on our square when we take on San Antonio this time around. They're well coached. They're playing really good basketball right now. But you're right, DC. We're not going to be able to beat this team unless we have our star power, right? And Zion's not supposed to be back until the 12th, according to the injury reports. Jordan Poole and Yves do return, or are supposed to return, for November the 18th, which would be the Spurs game. So, like I said, we'll see how it goes, but having that production in some kind of way, we're going to have to get Poole acclimated into the system that they got going on. I know once he comes back, he's going to come up off the bench. Now, how does that affect what's going on because he's not dialed in with Willie? Listen, we're going to have to iron that out. And regardless, man, it's about the winning, right? It's about the winning. We got to win. So, it's going to be interesting, man, to be honest with you, because the Spurs, they're not a punk, man. The Spurs are a respected team that's playing really well at home. And for the Pelicans to go into San Antonio and knock them off their horse, they're going to have to step up and play some not only just gritty and smart basketball, but people like Trey Murphy III. It's going to have to wake up, DC. We're going to need, can we get a 28-point or a 30-plus game from Trey Murphy? Can we get him to wake up in this game against San Antonio, along with the gritty play, along with Sadiq Bey's contribution, along with Jay Fears, along with all of the rest of DQ and the rest of these guys? I mean, can we get Trey to wake up, bro, and give us a 25, 28, 30 game? Can we get that?
Possibly, man. I mean, looking at it tonight, he just had an off game tonight. But Trey had a lot more room to operate, man. With Looney out there creating space, with them hell of a screens he'd be setting. I think Trey can kind of get it going, man. He done took the braids out. He got the fro back, trying to tap into that energy from last year. You're going against the Spurs team. Obviously, you're not going to be able to dominate the paint you would like to with Wemby in there, man. I mean, the dude is just awesome. He blocked so many shots. But I think Trey can get it going with just kind of doing more of the things that he did prior to becoming that next level trade that we saw last year. You know, to me, he's pressing a little bit. He's trying too hard to be a playmaker. Although, you know, he's gonna create attention, and when the ball is in his hands, he's gonna have to you know, make something happen and try to help his teammates out. But it's just like it's too much of a struggle, man. Like he's over dribbling. It's just too many things I'm seeing. That's I know he's trying to evolve and become a different version of himself, but I think the way you do that is probably simplifying it for him. Well, he's gonna have to simplify it for himself because the coaching staff ain't doing him no justice. You know what I'm saying? And some of the defenses Trey was facing, you know, it ain't really a lot he could do with some of that, man. I mean, it's not like you know, Trey isn't a damn all NBA guy yet. He's not at that skill level, but he's just got to find a way to be impactful, limit mistakes, man, and stop trying to do too much and let the game come to him. You know what I'm saying? But tonight I seen him you know, getting some space off them screens, putting a couple of his dribble packages together, and being able to kind of get to the hole seemingly at will at times, even though he didn't convert a lot of his shots. It looked good for him space-wise, or the ability for him to be able to create a shot. But he just got to put it all together, man, and just stop. It's almost like you got to stop trying so hard. Just let the game flow. It's too much of a struggle every time I see Trey with the ball, and it's not like something in transition. Transition still coming naturally to him, but in that half court, man, it's rough. It's rough watching him sometimes, man. Trying to be a half court creator, and that's so much of why Derik Queen, I think, is excelling, and it looks a lot better. He just looks a lot more comfortable in that situation with the ball in his hands, and I think that's okay. Willie Green ain't the best coach, so I don't know if he's going to do it, but you put other guys out there that match that when you know the game is going to get slowed down and maybe we can't get out and run the way you want to, and those transition baskets are coming. We got to be able to have guys that can work together in the half court and put together something to get Trey going. But it can happen, Q. But you know, I'm not gonna hold my breath. But I know one of these games he gonna turn around and it's gonna be a 30 bucket. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You know,
Yeah, I agree, bro. I think but that needs to happen, man. If you're gonna have a chance against San Antonio, Trey Murphy has to bring it. You know what I'm saying? I know Zion's gonna be out, but not just Trey. Jordan Poole's gonna have to step up too. He getting paid a lot of money here, and you're gonna need Jordan Poole to add his scoring, his 3-point shooting, and some of the positive things that he's done as well. So we're going to need his production in this game as well as everything else the Pelicans have done over the last couple of games, man. So it wasn't just a lone situation, DC, in terms of how the Pelicans playing. They have adopted that over 2 games now and have played with that. That kind of showing them that, hey, man, it's a big dichotomy. You look at losing the last 6 games to start the season, and then the grittiness and just dialing in and how they've been playing is giving them 2 wins. That is something that's very revealing, and it's easy for a team that was struggling like that before to go all in on that, and you can see a full participation from guys that are available. And you talk about Derik Queen, DC. Derik Queen didn't have a preseason. He didn't have a preseason, bro. You know, he got hurt in the summer league, and he did not have a preseason. And look how developed his offensive game is, man, from the time that he has been since he was allowed to get back to practicing games. So it's a very positive thing to see from our young people. I'm just so very impressed with Jeremiah Fears and Derik Queen's production to what they're doing with the Pelicans, man. So remember, Queen did say that his job is to make Joe Dumars look like a genius for making that move to get him.
You could insert Willie Green there too, because that's basically what happened the last 2 games.
Indeed, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make him look like a genius. He said something like that. He got up behind the mic. I like what he do his interviews though, man. That little dude funny, man.
Yeah, he got an interesting personality, bro, and
Yeah,
that's what Willie Green was talking
he
about.
got a star personality, man. He's a
Yeah,
guy that's charismatic. When they put the mic on him, and he always gonna give you some type of sound bite. You walk away from him, like, you believe what he said, you know. And he seems to be very authentic. You know, I like that about him. I'm glad
yeah.
we got Queen on the team and Fizz, man. I think we knocked it out the park with our draft, and as the season goes on, it's only gonna look better and better.
Yeah, as long as we keep him in a rotation, man. So Willie Green has to remember that, because remember, this was something they talked about prior to the winning streak. The fact that I think Queens had like 5 minutes, and they were asking him why are you not getting? Well, we got all these guys, and you just minutes are tough to come by. No. You're gonna have to get that guy in there. That's not a good answer, Willie Green. You got to get that guy in there, and I think a lot of that's not a good answer for having a guy you gave 2 first-round picks up to doing. You only giving him 5 minutes versus whatever. He has to. It's mandatory that Jeremiah Fears and Queen get a lot of minutes. They have to be included in whatever you got going on. So I mean, this is pressure from above and around him to step up and show out. So I mean, man. This is interesting, man. But like I said, I love the winning aspect of it. The Pelicans won 2 straight, fam, and the team improves. And like I got Jordan Poole on screen. Jordan Poole has to step up too, man. He making a lot of bread to be here, and Jordan Poole is needed, man. His shooting, whatever he can bring in a positive manner to the Pelicans, we're gonna need that, man, for the rest of this little road stand we got with San Antonio coming up, and then of course after that is Phoenix. Before we get home, Zion gets back, I think, on that first home game of the 5. I think it's 5 straight we'll have at the Smoothie King Center. Zion should be ready for that after the road trip. So we just need to get there, man. And it'll be so cool if we can win 4 straight. That'll get us closer to getting out of this hole, man. If we can keep this thing going, man, we'll be able to do some positive stuff here, man. So just looking out for that.
Jordan Poole ain't really a Willie Green guy, man.
Well, regardless or not, Joe, hey, bro, Sadiq Bey, Jordan Poole, guys.
It's gonna make it hard for him, Q.
Right, but hey, who's Willie's boss? Joe Dumars brought this guy in here, and he's a guy that can light it up for you. You're gonna have to some kind of way smooth out whatever you got going on. Y'all gonna have to work through that, because we are winning right now. And listen, whatever's happening is working. Stay with it, add to it, and keep it going, man. We got to get out of this hole. That's what I'm talking about. So in the end, it is cool, man. It's positive to win. All right, Trey, I hear you. Trey says, boo, Jordan Poole.
What is it?
He says, boo, Jordan Poole. Nah, Jordan Poole's all right, bro. He's all right, man. We just got to get him in the system right now.
When he came off the bench and dropped 30, nobody wasn't saying that.
Yeah, that's the one he stared down Willie Green after he hit the shot. I remember that. You remember that? That was pretty funny, man. He stared him down.
Jordan Poole is a champion, man.
Yes.
Along with Looney, I think they're huge pieces to this team, and they can be very good for our rooks, as well as productive on the court. But
right,
we have a problem that everybody would consider a good problem, but we just don't have the person in charge that knows how to manage all
the last piece. The last piece. See, that's the frustrating part about the whole thing, and I can understand why the faithful have a cautious happiness to them, like a cautious, getting a win feels good. But, it's like a cautious feel, because you want to know if they can maintain what they got going on, even if they lose the next game or win the next game. However, if they can stay competitive like this and just be, hardcore, diving on the floor, just have this blue collar mentality where everybody dials in. The bench is giving production offensive and defensively. Our stars throwing their averages or close to their averages. The Pelicans should win some games. So, it's at some point, that has to be hashed out going forward. Now, it's not a foregone conclusion that'll happen. We're on the roller coaster here. We don't know how it's going to end, but at the end of the day, if they can latch on to what they've done over the last 2 games, it's a start of something, man. It's a start. That's all I can say about it. But DC, closing thoughts, bro.
Definitely a start of something, man. We're looking at it Wednesday, and I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but the Pelicans have a few days of rest. Not sure if any of these guys will get healthy and be back. Hopefully, you would think so, but I get that what you said. Everybody being cautiously optimistic, as well as they should be. It's only been 2 games against banged up teams. When we played top tier competition, we've been humbled at every turn. So this could be a new start, new day, but we really won't know, and we'll get closer to knowing once the Spurs play on Saturday. So looking forward to that, man. Seeing how that goes, and just remember, no matter which way it goes, it's still a win for us. If we lose, we're that much closer to getting rid of Willie Green. If we win, thank God the Pels finally won another game. We went on a 3-game winning streak. So
you know what? That's absolutely true.
It's not negative, no way.
That's
what
so
happens
true.
with these games coming up.
Yeah, well, DC, I was gonna play.
Entertaining basketball,
I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that, bro, because that's 100% facts, bro. We win regardless. I think that's what people love to hear. Round of applause to DC on that one, man. That's how it goes.
Got to be ripped off at some point, man. I don't know why they keeping this soggy ass Band-Aid on after they done hopped in and out the shower. That's what I'm saying. They hopped in and out the shower all the time, putting lotion on over it and all type of shit. Just rip that shit off.
So I don't have to play the Undertaker music right now. I can just hold on to the Undertaker music until the right time, right?
Yeah, bro, it ain't happening.
Okay.
It ain't happening.
All right, there it is. All right, so anyway, family.
I would like to play the Here Comes the Money music today. I don't know what happened tonight.
Well, we only played the right.
We had no gifts.
You take the money? Gifts. You talk about take the money? That's what you're saying?
Maybe you had to play the money for them to play the.
No, it don't. No, it doesn't work like that, my brother. Somebody got to, do that, and then you play the music in respect for what they did. Shout out to y'all. So let me get a few shout out to the family members in the building, man. Appreciate y'all so much. 504 Fresh, shout out to you, bro. Brother Hoffa is in this thing. Daniel, what's up, man? No lapels forever. Big ups to you, fam. Appreciate you. YBNG Don, shout out to you, my brother. Brother Kelvin, how you doing, sir? Brother Jan is in this thing as well. All right. Decory Hammond, much love. Appreciate y'all for joining us in the stream. Brother Wallace, I see you. What's up, Stace? Shout out to Stacy as well. J Carv is in his thing as well. OG Jerry is in this thing. Big ups to you, my brother. Appreciate you always. All right. Forget me not. All right. All right. Shout out to you, brother Don Guillory in this thing. Hot Take 711. Big ups to you, fam. Appreciate you. Jedi Connor was popping, my brother. Good to see you as well. What's up, Darlissa? Shout out to Darlissa for being in this thing as well. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Dog the Writer, what's up, my brother? Good to see you as well. Brother Slim is in this thing as well. What's up, Avis? Shout out to you, brother Trey. Much love. Saints Full Circle Podcast. What's up, fam? What's popping with you? Knox Villain, big ups to you as well, man. Appreciate all the diehard faithful. Marley Mall, what's up, bro? Marley Mall says DC, he said Q got more hope than Jesse Jackson. Okay, brother, that's all right, brother.
Keep hope alive.
All right, much love to you. All right. And I think I got everybody, man. Nah, we're gonna leave that with Jesse. Jesse ain't got that. Somebody else took that away from Jesse, man. All right, so big ups to everybody. I think I got everybody, man. Bird Talks. What's up, Bird Talks? Shout out to Bird Talks. Always representing as well, man. Much love to you. Appreciate all you guys. Y'all do me a service. Feel free to hit that. What's up, Jordan? Shout out to Jordan as well. Brother Damien. Much love, fam. Appreciate you as always, my man. What's up, Mary? Shout out to Mary. Mary dropping the facts. Brother Line is in this thing as well. Much love to all y'all. Y'all do me a service. Hit that like button and the share button. If you're listening on X, please feel free to retweet us, man. PPR in the building, PPR Final. Pels get the victory. They win 2 in a row, man, and we're on to San Antonio on Saturday, man. So that's going to be an interesting matchup against them. And let's see what the Pels do. Let's keep this thing going, man. With that being said, fam, we're going to get out on that. I appreciate all of y'all for giving us your time tonight. And listen, fam, we're going to holler at you on the next one. Much love, peace, and go Pels. We out.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the WhoDatDaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below.